Hi, this is Shelley Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the New Orleans Investment Conference in New Orleans. I'm here with Michael Hudson of Mawson Resources, MAW, on the TSX, and on the Frankfurt MRY. Michael, thank you for coming.
Shelley, thank you so much for having me.
Okay, let's get right into Mawson, because I know there's a long story, because you got properties all over the world. One by one, let's go through them.
Okay, Shelley. Mawson is a gold uranium story. We have an initial foothold from years ago, from 4 or 5 years ago in Europe. So we're dominant in Sweden and Finland in terms of a resource space. But recently we've added some gold properties, which has really got the market excited about our portfolio. We're down in Peru also with a copper gold porphyry and some high-grade veins that were mined but never had a drill hole in them.
Never had a drill hole in them. So you're going where they once found, and now you're going to find more. When does the drill program start?
We're looking to drill in the next 6 months in Peru. Permitting takes some time down there. So it was only discovered in Peru 5 or 6 years ago, so it's a relatively new discovery, which is very unusual for Peru because the Spanish and the Incas found everything before. But before we focus too much on Peru, I'll take us back to Finland because that's where the main action is for us.
Oh, Jajilskadai.
I'm sure that's not Finnish.
No, that's actually Danish.
Danish, jättebra. Okay, so what we've got in Finland, we've got Areva, the French multinational that owns 11% of us. One of the most recognised resource funds in the world, the Sentient Group, which is known to do its due diligence very thoroughly. Just put a placement into Mawson this week. So we've got some large backers, which adds a third-party credibility, I suppose. And I say that because what we have in Finland is quite unbelievable in a lot of ways. And it's a new discovery. It's over 6 kilometres. The gold samples that have been taken to date, and hundreds of these have been taken, average over 1,000 grams gold, over a 200-metre wide footprint. The structures are thin, 10 to 30 centimetres wide, but there's multiple structures within that 200-metre wide zone, like I said, over 6 kilometres. We also average 3% uranium in those samples, so it's quite spectacular, really. I mean, I've never seen anything like it in my career, and I've been wandering around the world for 20 years doing this.
What is your background?
I'm a geologist. That's taken me right around the world, and ended up in Scandinavia, where life is a lot easier to do business than a lot of the places I've...
So where do you live?
I live in Australia.
And then you just travel to Helsinki and use that as a base?
And we have an office in Vancouver and properties in Peru, just to keep it simple.
Yeah, I got it. And you're public all over the world also, which is great. How come you're not public in Australia yet? That's probably coming, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is turning into a personal chat, but I haven't done business in Australia for 15 years. I ended up in South America, and the tight connection with the Canadian markets was where I established my contacts.
Now let me get the website.
www.mawsonresources.com, if you can understand the accent.
Well, if they can't understand yours, they're certainly not going to get mine. Mawson Resources. That's where you go. It's MAWSON. Thank you for coming on.
Shelley, a pleasure.
My pleasure.